What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin today, BTC USD. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. It is the 17th of June. Here we are, about 9 hours left in the day at about $105,000, just below there right now. It is the 17th, so we have the FOMC meeting today in about 3 hours. We should see some price action in correspondence to what the insiders know about the meeting, what's being said. Normally, I feel like price action does predate the news, right? They tell you, show me the charts, I'll tell you the news. But with the FOMC meeting, I feel like it can be a little bit squirrely. If we were pumping into today, I might be worried that we're going to drop. Dropping is actually a good thing. Going into the FOMC meeting, you tend to see the opposite price of where the directional heading will be over the corresponding day. So whenever that press conference comes out tomorrow, we'll see what happens. I mean, this is, in all fairness, this move down is happening before the meeting is even happening. So I don't know if that justifies this action, but typically before the press conference happens, whatever direction the price is moving, I normally expect that we whip back the other direction, if that makes sense. All I'm trying to say here is I'm not really concerned with a less than 2% drop at the moment. Yes, we are having a poor reaction, and the one thing I guess that is concerning is not the fact that we're down less than 2%, but is the fact that we did find resistance here. We found resistance right at prior support here, prior support, prior resistance there, and we basically rejected the overbought zone, and we've come all the way down here. It is a little bit concerning. We still do maintain our higher lows, and I am maintaining the position that this is our low. This was our actual low. This is our higher low of this overall range, right? And I think that we are building from here. But yes, a little setback to start off the day here, end the day yesterday. I suppose it's concerning for some people, but I'm really not worried about the price for Bitcoin, man. I think that we are on our way to new all-time highs, and it's going to be any day now. Whether it's today or tomorrow, like I was saying in my last video, right? Today as in like literally today, the 17th, or tomorrow, the 18th, doesn't really matter to me, man. It could be the next day. Watch it be on the 19th or the 20th. People are still going to be like, you suck. I was off by 2 days. Whatever. It doesn't matter. We're going to see new all-time highs very, very soon. This week, probably before the end of this week, I would expect that we do see new all-time highs. Let's get into the short-term time frames and we'll zoom out, right? 1 hour time frame here. Building volume on the way down. We're on Coinbase. Yes, you're building volume on the way down. That is a little bit concerning to see, I suppose. As you're coming down, lack of volume, but then really whenever you broke through this low here, you can see the volume started to pick up, and as we're producing lower prices, it's only getting heavier as we go down. On the bright side, nothing moves in a straight line, up or down. Nothing moves in a straight line. Whenever we look at this from a low to a high right here, we are reaching for that 1,886,200 area, and Bitcoin and a lot of cryptos have found respect at this area a lot recently, especially over the past month or so, past couple of months. 104.7K, 104.5K is likely where we will find support, and maybe we hold that area as support. Maybe we reject it, or we find support there, reject a higher area, and then continue to go lower. One of the two, right? If we go lower, we could talk about the potential of going below this low. We could talk about the potential that is not our low, or that this is not our low here, and that we could go below $100,000. But I want to see what we do with this 104.7 to 104.5K area first. If we hold that as support still, and then we come all the way back up above, let's see, about 107K. Once we get above 107K, it's defined, it's definite that was the low. That was a higher low, a little bit of volatility, and we're still on our way up. With how fast we moved down, it wouldn't surprise me if we moved up just as fast. We might see a V-shaped recovery. This seems rather meticulous on the way down. I wouldn't be surprised at all if we moved up a little bit faster. I think we did move up faster, actually, whenever we did this. This was a lot less time. From like literally the same price to up here, it took a lot less candles. I wouldn't be surprised at all if by the end of the day we were back up above 107K and looking to see new all-time highs within the next couple of days or so, if not tomorrow, man. 104.7K right now. 1 hour time frame is deep in the oversold zone. We've actually got lower lows in the oversold zone than we've seen in a few days now, right? In about a week or two. On the 1 hour time frame, that's like a few weeks on the daily time frame, right? Being down here, the last time that we were down here, we found support. The time before that we were down here, we found support. And look at the similarities, right? Dropped down hard, had a lot of volume, and then V-shaped recovery. Dropped down hard, had a lot of volume, V-shaped recovery, but it wasn't full V-shaped, right? V's tend to go back up to where they started. This one didn't really do that so much, but inevitably you did get there. So just talking about my expectation here for this V-shaped recovery, I think we're right on track with this, right? Maybe a little bit lower, again, like $200 or $300 lower, nothing crazy. But we're right in the same area where the last couple of times, right, everybody was saying, we're going to zero, bull market's dead, Bitcoin's going to zero, we're not going to new all-time highs. People are saying the same thing now, and I mean, if you just draw a straight line connecting the dots, man, we've just got higher lows. It's really nothing to be concerned about. 4-hour time frame here, rejecting the overbought zone. That's never fun. Again, Bitcoin's been very volatile, though. We're the definition of shaking out the weak hands right now. Anybody and everybody who's leverage trading, unless they're ahead of the curve, unless they're timing this properly, which most people don't, they're probably getting wrecked. You've got shorts or longs who are underwater, people who are going short now because we're interacting with these lows. Surely, because we're interacting with these lows, that means we have to go lower. But that's probably not the case, right? We're just holding this higher low trend. We'll probably even go just below there. I want to draw a line real quick. We'll either go just below there or we won't touch it. Let's see. And then from this, we're going from this low to high here. Come on now. Yeah, we're not going to touch it. I don't think we'll touch it. I think that was the low right there. We actually just saw it happen right before our eyes. If not, if I'm wrong, then maybe we do go below this line. But again, even breaking through this line, I wouldn't be concerned. Typically with these diagonal lines, once you find the third touch point, you do break through them, and you actually find support below them, not on top of them. That's enough to scare people, make them think, oh no, we've broken the uptrend, even though we still maintain a higher low, which higher lows and higher highs is the definition of an uptrend, not some imaginary diagonal line, right? Looking at this on the 4-hour time frame, you are getting into the overbought zone, rejecting the overbought zone. So here we are below the 50, definitely in a prime area to bounce. 53 minutes left in this 4-hour candle. If we were to close it here, I mean, bouncing right off the 40 would actually be a very good look. And I still maintain the posture, the position, the assumption that the next time we get into the overbought zone, it won't be an attempt like this. It'll be something more like this, a little bit more maintained, right, where we get some life in that overbought zone. And with that, we should produce a larger move than anything we've seen in weeks now, probably. I'm assuming that's happening within the next 24 to 36 hours. We should be doing that. So that's the expectation. I really wouldn't be surprised at all looking at the day like this, down 1.8% right now. If we came back up, we even closed today green. If not green, very neutral and with a wick to the downside there. So overall, looking forward to new all-time highs. Should happen sooner than later. High to low here. Bouncing off the 786. Double bottom off the 786 here. Now we're finding support at the 886. Is that what we did? That's probably exactly what we did today. We just found support at the 886, isn't it? 104.6 thousand. Yeah, we went right there. Right there to the 886. Find support, show support. By the end of the day, I'd like it if we pulled up a little bit, we showed a wick below, and even if we could close the day green, I mean, that would just be a very powerful signal that we really are ready, not just to see new all-time highs, but to head up to 121K and above. The expectation is by the end of this month, we'll be up in this area, something around 130 to 140K, and then going into the month of July, we should be proceeding to higher prices. I really do think July is going to be a spectacular month for crypto, for stocks, for risk-on assets overall. I am anticipating that the Fed drops rates, but let's see, what's poly markets? What are they saying about it? Let's actually see. Because they're pretty good, man. They're pretty good. Let's see. U.S. recession 2025. Yeah, probably not. Fed decision in June. Okay, so should I click on this one? Probably. I love poly markets, man. It's great. Let's see. Basis points decrease. No change. Is this right? No change to D. Wow. So 100% chance that they're not going to change. So we're probably not going to get the interest rates to drop. Damn. That's what it's saying here. If I'm reading it correctly. 50 plus basis points decrease. 50 basis points or more, 25 basis points has like a 1% chance. Crazy. Crazy, crazy. So probably not. And they're pretty good, man. They really do gauge this stuff properly. So if we're not getting interest rates decreasing, that could imply then that we do see a little bit more of a sell-off just because, or maybe that's what we're doing here. That could imply that we see a little bit more of a sell-off. That would be interesting to see. I don't expect that price or that news will be received positively, but the last couple of times that we've had that news come out, it really hasn't impacted the price too much. Like when was the last FOMC meeting? May 6th, May 7th, right here. May 6th, May 7th, they didn't drop the interest rates there either, and we actually moved up. So never mind. Maybe it's not a big deal. Maybe it's a big old who cares, right? There'll be other things to step in and save the day. But whenever we do get those interest rates to drop finally, it'll be a good thing. But to be completely fair, guys, dropping interest rates slowly over time is much better for the markets than dropping them all at once. The fact that they're doing this slowly, I know Trump is saying that that's a bad thing. People who think they know what's going on in the markets say that that's a bad thing. It's actually really good. Interest rates dropping can be a problem for the markets. In fact, anytime we've dropped interest rates at a fast pace, we tend to see recessions. We see like market-wide crashes. Absolutely. The only times that we drop interest rates and we don't see crashes happen are when the interest rates are dropped slowly. I mean, you can look at that. I mean, we can do that real quick. Hold on. Let's do this. Fed Reserve interest rates. Fed interest. Do I just type in interest? Let's do this. Hold on. Interest. United States interest rates. We'll do this here. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Here we go. New price scale. There we go. Get this. Get that. There we go. We'll go to the monthly time frame. And we're on Coinbase, so let's actually go to the index so we have more history. I should compare it to the S&P because we have more history there. S&P. Let's do that. Okay. So, looking at this here, we're going to try and zoom out. So you can see that these are the interest rates right here. This is the interest rates chart. This is the S&P chart, okay? Whenever we drop interest rates really fast, we get a correction. We get a market-wide drop. We drop them really fast, we get a huge correction in the markets, okay? Then things tend to run up again, right? But not while the interest rates are dropping. That's while they're stationary. We're moving up while they're stationary, right? Not while they're dropping, but while they're stationary. If we go back here, let's just see. Whenever we drop them slowly, oh so slowly, you see huge drop, and I know it still seems fast, but these are slower periods in time where we actually did not drop the interest rates month after month after month, right? There were months at a time where we were just moving sideways, slowly dropping. You did correct a little bit, but that correction was a lot less severe, okay? You're dropping here slowly over time, and look at the market's actually moving up slowly over time, and the market's moving up as a result of that, right? You drop them fast, and then the market drops too. And you can go through and analyze this, right? Interest rates dropping are not necessarily bullish or bearish if you're just looking at that, right? You go through and you look at every time that the interest rates have dropped on this chart, you'll see that a good bit of the time the market moves up, the market moves down, it does whatever. It's kind of like 50-50 or 60-40. But if you translate it into fast drops versus slow drops, and it still looks fast, but this is clearly not as fast as this or this, right? We didn't just drop off a cliff. We see the market continue to expand in those kind of scenarios. So dropping the interest rates here slowly, I think, is actually a good thing. But I digress. I got nothing else for you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.